Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So I'm really surprised that I've not explored this subject before. I've probably touched on many of the points I'm going to make today in other sessions, but communication, I've had an interesting couple of days in terms of communication and not realizing how caught up I was in my own thinking and acting from that place. So yesterday morning, as you know, I do this session every morning at 7:45, and I record it at the same time every single day. And my fiance put the dishwasher, well, the kitchen is literally just through my office door, and my fiance put the dishwasher on at a really quite perfect time so that the dishwasher was going to do its 3 very loud beeps that it does. I mean, it's quite noisy anyway, just when I was about to be doing this. And so as well as that, I also record a couple of other little videos as part of my social media strategy in the mornings. And I've got, it's too noisy in here to do that. So I had to go into the lounge, which is beneath our bedroom. So I shouted up to him and said, "You need to just stay still for a few minutes while I record these videos." So he didn't do that. So then I got really upset, and not really upset, but I was quite shouty. And I got upset with him, and I did shout, and I did carry on, not for long. Luckily, he was very calm about it, and I guess that helped me to settle a bit. But it's just misreading the system, and I feel a deep sense of compassion for myself because I just didn't read the system accurately in that moment. And when you think for all the years that we've been told how to read our system wrongly, like by everything around us, it's understandable that we often forget. I think I once did a video about now you see it, now you don't. Sometimes in the moment I realise that I'm wound up and that my state of mind is the feelings created in my body are being created by my state of mind in that moment, my thinking, and how much awareness there is or lack of awareness in that particular case, and the result is what spews out of me in the moment. So first of all, it's okay. We sometimes get it unhelpful. I'm going to say get it wrong. Sometimes our communication isn't helpful, is it? In terms of getting our point across, helping other people to understand us, understanding them. And it's because it's coming from this tricky state of mind. So that's where it goes wrong, because it really did look to me yesterday morning like my feelings in the moment. I don't consciously go, "Oh, my feelings are definitely coming from Bruce." It doesn't work like that. But it's just in the moment, that's what makes sense. It looks like my feelings are coming from his putting the dishwasher, him making a noise above my head when I'd moved to make my videos. It totally looks like it's coming from him. And so, of course, my response is to put something into the world towards him. Shouting, anger, whatever else occurred. That makes sense. Of course it makes sense, because I think my feelings are coming from him. And the only way, therefore, to address my feelings is to shout at him. And as I was saying before, we've learnt this, haven't we? Like, all our lives, we have been told that it works outside in. How many times as a child are we told by a parent, "You're making me feel angry," or even, "When you do that, it makes me feel happy," is just as insidious, I suppose. It's innocently insidious, but it's still this whole I've heard parents say that to their children. "You make me happy." And of course, that's a lovely thing to say. It's completely innocent, but it's what teaches us time and time and time again that the world works outside in. And it's not true. It's just not true. But I think it's the hardest to see when it's with other people, particularly those we are very close to. So our partners, our children, our parents maybe. It's I think it's in those closer relationships where it's harder to see. Excuse me. It's harder to see that it's not the other person. It really is hard to see. And I don't catch it often with Bruce. I catch it much more often with people who are just a little bit distance away from me. I catch it quite well when a message comes on my phone because there really is the option there, isn't there, to put our phones down and give ourselves time to settle. But I think what's helpful is to know that in the moment you couldn't have done anything else. Like, be kind to yourself. You really are always doing the best you can with the thinking that looks real to you in the moment or looks true to you in the moment. So this system that we're misreading, it's a process to unlearn that. And that's really what I help people to do, to unlearn the stuff that we have learnt, not consciously, but unconsciously for our whole lives. For all of our lives, we've been learning the world works outside in. And we still are, of course, because there's still plenty of people sharing sharing the idea that other people, situations, etc., make us feel a particular way. And I come across some people who are, working in the field who are absolutely convinced that it works two ways. Some things work inside out and some work outside in. And that's more confusing, I think, really. That is more confusing. The world does not work outside in ever. It always works inside out. It's a single paradigm, like gravity is a single paradigm. You don't go through life thinking, oh, most things drop down, but, pencils, they go up. Pens, they go up as well. In fact, it's all stationary. All stationary goes up. Everything else goes down. It's confusing. That would be confusing, wouldn't it, really? I suppose we'd get used to it after a while, wouldn't we? And maybe that's what's happened is where we're saying, yeah, some things definitely, I know that the weather can't make me feel anything, but I don't think that of my fiance, then of course I'm in a confused state because it's the weather, the fiance, the situation around the world, the news, etc. None of them make us feel anything. And the warning is the feeling. It's the confused reading of the feeling that's causing us the problems with communication. Because always, if we think that feeling is coming from the other person, it looks like we have to direct our attention, our words, our anger towards that person. And what's available when we don't? When we realize in the moment, my state of mind is a reflection, my feelings, sorry, a reflection of my state of mind, is we know we're not in the best state of mind to respond. We're not responding, we're reacting, aren't we? So we give ourselves a bit of time. And we give ourselves a bit of space. And we maybe take a breath. Or whatever else makes sense coming from that understanding that there's a wound up state of mind at the moment, and it has the potential to pass, doesn't it? If we let it. We don't need to get too involved. We just need to know what's going on. And then there's just this space. What falls away, I think, is a separation. The seeing this, thinking is what separates us from each other. And in the space, there's calm, there's clarity, there's the ability to listen. There's much more potential for the old win-win to come out of a conversation. And there's much less likelihood of a reaction rather than a response. So yeah, that's my thoughts on communication today. It's like everything, really. It's just misunderstanding where your feelings are coming from. All of it's created in exactly the same way. All the human suffering and all the discomfort, but particularly when we're trying to communicate with people, especially those close to us, but everybody, of course. So enjoy exploring that. Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.